So we've come to this little track, just not far off the main road, just to pick these beautiful rosehips to make some more delicious tea. So we're now just further into the park. The road is down below me, as you can hear the cars, but the hedgerows above the road, and not much out here. There's lots of sloe bushes, and but not many sloes. And I've got all this expanse to work around over the hill. All the edges over there, right the way over by that tree line. So there's quite a few acres here that I can forage through. And then there's another place I like to go. But rosehips seem to be a little bit on the not being able to find kind of mode this year. Lots of haws, and maybe they're on their 7-year cycle of reproduction. But it's just beautiful being out here and just being quiet and just being with nature. And look at all of these lovely gems. Do you know what they are? Sloes. Sloes, sloes and more sloes. Perfect for making sloe gin and sloe vodka. Plenty of them. But we're not here for sloes today because I've already got that going. I'm here for rosehips. My bag's filling up quite a bit now. I'll just zoom out a bit. So we're doing alright. Oh my goodness, look at the size of these rosehips, people. Phenomenal. Always remember country code, don't take more than you need. And then we had another beautiful big bush with lots of huge rosehips on. And now I'm going to show you something else beautiful to work with. So I'm having to voice over this bit because the wind was too bad. So this bush is a different style. This is the Japanese rosehip that I found a little bit close to the road, or a road, not a busy road because it was a cul-de-sac. But you'll see in a minute that the rosehips are huge, absolutely huge. So you get twice as much rosehip for your buck, really. Great to find. So this is the sort of glade you need to look for, a little bit of woodland like this. Just found a tree with a straight back. Put yourself a plastic cushion underneath you or a plastic bag to sit on. And just become mindful. Look at all these sloe bushes, and right in the middle of this sloe bush there is a tiny little lutet. When you're becoming mindful, when you're out, look at the lichen on the trees, how beautiful it looks. It's like a work of art. And all the sloes, again. Get to know your surroundings, get to know Mother Earth. She's bountiful. And just be at one. Don't just walk. Don't just walk with your headphones on, or listen to her. Talk to her. Just stop walking and be, and watch the amount of birds that are around you. Listen to the wind. Watch the clouds move across the sky. Now that's some serious mushroom. They're going to be as large as the palm of my hand. And they dip in like they hold water. How incredible are they? Oh, where have they gone? There they are. Look at that one. That's huge. I can't get down there to have a closer look. And some beautiful fungi. I'm sure probably not an edible one, but the fact that it's here. It's too big to be a penny bun and it's not round enough. And if you don't know your fungi, then don't pick it, just leave it. Leave it for other habitat. But beautiful, isn't it? And this is what I'm saying to you. Don't just walk. Look what's beneath your feet. Take your time. Don't just look at the colour of the trees and how beautiful they are. Look at the shape of the leaves. Do you know what that tree is? Do you know what that bush is? Maybe take a journal with you. Pick some leaves up. Go home and identify them. You'd be surprised how much she'll talk to you if you listen to her. And that looks like wild sorrel. That is. And I know these fields are filled with plantain, nettles, edible foods. Lots of wildlife. So don't just walk, unplug your headphones, switch your phone off, and open up all your five senses, listen to her, listen to the trees creaking, listen to the beautiful music that the trees make when the wind blows on them. And look at that, nestled amongst the leaf litter, beautiful clover. So here are the rosehips that were picked not long ago, a couple of days ago, and I've topped and tailed them, and I'm just about to start the dehydration process. And then I'm going to, once they're all super dry, I will put them in a small blender, powder them all up, put them through a sieve and get rid of those pesky hairs, and make this into a beautiful dried tea, which will be packed with vitamin C for the winter months, and it'll help increase and boost the immune system. So they're just going to go on really low now for 2 days. I might even leave them 3 days until they're completely dry. And what happens when you dehydrate is that it intensifies the flavour and the goodness within whatever it is you're drying. So perfect for dried teas. And I'll show you the next step when these are dry. So just go out there and pick yourself some nice rose hips. They're ready. We've had a frost here in the UK, or we've been down low as a frost. And go and get yourself outside and pick some beautiful, healthy fruit from Mother Nature. So the rose hips have been in the dryer for a couple of days now, and they're pretty dry on the outside. They're nice and crisp. Oh, where are you? And I'm going to whiz them up now, and if there's anything that's not dry, I'm going to spread out onto a baking sheet again and put them back in the dehydrator. But for now, I'm going to whiz these up, see what happens. So from all that drying, I managed to get quite a lot of rose hips dehydrated, and I just put them into bottles, well actually jam jars. Now this one I've made into a rosehip, peppermint and nettle tea, and I just put a spoonful, I mean they're just so beautiful in the jars, I just love them, in a cup of tea air, and then just add some hot water and let it steep. And then this one is just rose hips. I mean they're just so beautiful, even just in the jam jar, in the jar. And this was an old spice jar that I've used. That's how to make your own dehydrated rosehip tea packed with vitamin C. And obviously I've got peppermint and nettle in this one as well, so added extra bonuses and benefits, health benefits for sure. So remember, thanks for joining me, and remember to get out there in the fresh air and pick some rose hips. You might be a bit late depending on where you are in the world and what month you're in. But she's a great ally to have in your medicine cabinet. You can make some rosehip syrup if you want, or you can just dehydrate them and make them into beautiful tea. But thanks for watching. Join me again for another foraging expedition or whatever's next. I'm not sure what's next, but another video will come soon. Remember to subscribe and click that notification bell and all the other stuff that you know YouTube needs in order for the channel to grow. Namaste everybody.